Good evening, Princess Rose Doll. How you doing? Good night. Hope you had a wonderful day. I am just going to chat a little bit this evening. Good night, everyone. As you come, please hit the like button for me, please. Just going to chat with you all a little bit this evening because I realize that something is happening here in Jamaica, that it is serious, it is getting out of hands, and a lot of people don't know what to do when they encounter issue like what we're going to discuss tonight. So as you come, guys, please hit the like button for me, please. You see what I do? Guess what, guys? Today is my birthday. Yeah. Join a little bit closer to 40 today. Get a little bit closer. Very, very closer to 40. Or should I say 31? I will think about 31. I won't say 40. So thank you so much for joining me tonight on this live. I am going to discuss mental health because I saw a news article and it is about the 19-year-old in. Thank you, Princess Rosedal. Thank you so much. The 19-year-old in Islington, St. Mary, Tamika Atherton, I think her name is. And this young lady, when you look at her picture, beautiful young girl, she basically took her hell because it seemed like she was going through some problems and she did not know how to cope with it. So she decided that she was going to take a hose, not even a piece of rope, a hose, put it over a tree and just end her life just like that. Just like that. And you see, what caught my attention when I was reading the article was when they said her stepdad, I think, said that it was not the first time. She tried before and it never worked out. So my girl decided, guess what? May I go attempt, may I go again. And it have to work this time. And it did work. So when I saw that where this young lady, it was not the first time she tried that, I was like, oh my God. The reason why, because I know if they get her the necessary help that she needed, maybe that girl would still be here right now. And I realized that here in Jamaica, we have a stigma surrounding mental illness. And when I said we have a stigma in Jamaica around it, it's a big, big thing that is going on here in Jamaica. You will have people, that your sister, your brother, they're going through their issues. They start to talk to themselves. They start going with whole heap of things. You will hear people say, but wait, I'm mad the girl, I'm mad out. Jokingly, just think of it like nothing. Because nowadays, when you see people on the road are going with certain things, them are mad out, mad out. Please, guys, hit the like button for me, please. Them are mad out. So that's the reason why I said it's something serious that is going on here in Jamaica. And even when you look at what is happening in our school, you realize that no attention is being given to mental health. No education is being provided to our youngsters. So therefore, when they're going through their issues, they don't know what to do. They don't know who to call on. So you realize that a lot of them, they either decided that they're going to take their 2.0, they decide that, you know what, me go basically take it out on this boy or this girl. That's how they look at it because they don't know how to deal with mental illness. And we can't blame them because in the home, in the church, in the school, in a workplace, it is looked at like it is something that people should be ashamed of. That's how I view it. When you're at the workplace and if you realize that someone start to act out, especially when the work stress lick them, you realize that they start to go on with whole heap of things. Them a come a work, them not look like them beard from morning, them ear no comb and all of that. So they're going through their issue. You realize maybe some managers, they will just look at the person and say, you want to go to the bathroom to comb your hair or do you want to do that? They don't try to sit with the person to find out exactly what is happening and to see how best they can provide the support that that person need. And because of that, a lot of people, they tend to take their LIFE because of that. They don't know what to do. They don't know who to turn to in their troubles. So when you look at this young lady's story now, 19, beautiful. She was a bartender. So you know say a hot girl because like a pop down girl them nowadays, they now go in a bar, go work cause you have to attract the customers. So when you look at her pictures, beautiful young girl, at as we would refer to her as. And when I read the article and they said that it was not the first time, they said that she was going through some issues, relationship and financial issues. You see, when me said that, I was like, okay then, okay. Because you see, since COVID, I don't know if anybody realized COVID, as highlighted to us that mental illness, it's a real thing. People don't know how to cope with it. You see, just like every part of your body can undergo illness, stress, and everything, it's the same thing happen with the brain. So you will realize that when you put too much now, on your little brain, your brain can't take it. You have stuff like this taking place because just imagine you're having your financial issues. You have this man starts stress you out. And a whole heap of woman can deal with man problem and money problem. So because of that, you realize that they will decide that they're going to do harm to themselves or even to someone else or the person that is giving them the problem. That is what happened. So I believe that it is time now, especially here in Jamaica, that we should educate our people about how to deal with mental illness. I was speaking with someone today about the article because we were discussing it. And when I started to talk to the person was like, but we never know, say, Jamaica offer those things. I was like, what? The person was like, no, I never know. And right there, when the person said that, I was like, wow. So just imagine Tamika was going through her issues. She never know that there is a telephone line that she can just call and get the help. She never know that she can go to any major health center, just walk in, have a discussion with a nurse who will refer her to the counselor and she sit and she talk with them. They don't know that. Yes, Princess Rosedal, Jamaica need to learn. Yeah, they don't know that either. They don't know meditation. They don't know. Some people they look at it and they said it's voodoo and all sort of thing. Something they look at it and say it's a Chinese thing. All sort of things people will say. But we have to understand that there are different ways in which we can deal with our mental health. You see, depression is real and it affects the strong, the weak, the not so strong. Everybody, it affects. Everybody. Because as I said before, just as our body go through problems, and you will hear that you have hypertension, you say your foot start hurt you, your hand hurt you, it's the same thing with our brain. When we put our brain under too much pressure, the pressure of life, you're going through it, you're sitting down, you have everything inside of you, no one to talk to. That is what happened. You see, what I realize is that a lot of young ladies, they believe that if them man left them, I feel them fault. Honestly, That's what some women feel. If a man left them, it's a big deal. A for them fault. Them all up themselves. They start to look at themselves a certain way. They start to criticize. They start to sit down and consider about it. That's all. So when I see the article and they said she was going through relationship issue, I was like, wow, financial issue. Just imagine if this young lady was sitting down, depending on that man to pay a bill, and the man decided that, guess what, I'm not going to pay the bill, I'm going to leave. Maybe she's sitting down now wondering, how am I going to pay my bill? How am I going to send my child to school if she had one? So here in Jamaica, Ministry of Health, they offer services at public hospitals and some of our major health centers. So you can go and you can get mental health, or should I put it, help? You can get it. You just go and it is there for you to provide, for them to provide to you. The good thing is that when you go to them and you tell them what you're going through, they're not going to turn you away. They should not. They're going to provide you with the help. They're going to give you the referral if you go to a health center that don't offer it. Like, for example, I live in Spanish Town. So if you go to like the Signum Health Center, they don't offer it. What they can do is that they can send you to the major health center here in St. Catherine, which is St. Jago, and they will provide the help there. That is the health center that is right next to hospital. So they will provide you with the help. And it is the same thing all right across the island. Every single public health facility, they have it. When you go there, you will get free counseling, free medication, and follow up. Even if you miss it, they will call you. The good thing about Ministry of Health is that they offer community health aid workers, and these workers, they are nurses, and they go through communities. Like, for example, if you're supposed to come to a visit and you don't, they will send the nurses to visit you at your home, the address that you provide. They will send the nurse there and they will check to see what is happening. Why didn't you come to your visit? Everything is okay, and so forth. I know that they do it for the mental health individuals and they do it for the babies. They do it for them. I know that for sure. So, Walipa people, they don't know that. You have free counseling that Ministry of Labor and even the Victim Support Services offer. Now, Ministry of Labor, you go to some Ministry of Labor Health, Remote Health, Ministry of Labor office, and if you're going there to seek assistant, especially when it comes on to the PAT program, they will ask you certain questions. If while they're asking you certain questions, certain things jump out at them, they can refer you to someone. If you undergo any trauma, especially once it's something violent, you can go to the Victim Support Service Center office that is within your parish. And right there, you can sit and you can speak to a counselor free of cost. Them not charge you not even a penny. They not charge you. If it is something major where they have to refer you to Bellevue, then they will do that. And a lot of people here in Jamaica, they don't know about these things, because when you ask them, why didn't you seek help, or why you not try to get help for the child? It's expensive. Me can't afford psychologists. Me can't afford psychiatrists. All of them something there people will tell you. They can't afford it. So that's the reason why. Not knowing that the government, your tax money, did they appear for these services for you? The only thing you're supposed to do now is just apply for them. Some people will tell you that they can't bother with the process, and it's not long. You would be surprised when you go to a victim service office. You just go in, you have a discussion, the intake officer will sit, take the information from you and pass it on just like that. And same time, you can get the help that you need. And it's the same thing with a Ministry of Labor. When you go to the health centers, the same thing also. The only thing with the health center is the long wait. That is the sad thing. but the service is there. They're not going to turn your back. So when I read Tamika's story, when I looked at her, me feel it. I was saying it's such a pity they didn't know that they could get the help for this young lady, because imagine she tried once, she tried before and it never worked out. And my girl decided, say, hey, guess what? And the new year, me have to go do this again. She realized, say, maybe things not go go, or it not going according to her plan. And she do it. You see, sometime here in Jamaica, you will see certain people walking, and you will hear certain stories about them. And you hear people that say, I'm mad, them are mad out, I'm mad, them are mad out. Or, say such and such, at them something that you hear, Because me can tell you sometime when you see one female I go through them problem, especially after they have a breakup with a certain man, where them did they with, and them head start, you will hear the person say, say, a Pauline, Obi, at them something the Jamaicans say. That's how they start to view at it. They don't look at it and say it's the pressure that the person is going through, causing the person to react like that. The person can't cope. They start to put the blame elsewhere. You will look at them and they will just say, me no want nobody to say me I'm mad. They don't want people to call them mad people, because here in Jamaica, if it's anxiety you're suffering from, if it's depression, that one we can never pronounce yet, all of them. If at them you have suffer, it no matter what. Once it's something that have to do with your mental health, they're going to tell you, say, you're mad, smaddy. That's just how we Jamaicans stay, because they don't care. They don't look at it and they can and say everybody can suffer from depression. You see, when you look at it, they said it's 9 out of much. I don't think who did a survey during COVID, and I think they said 900 and something million people since COVID suffering from mental health. And so when you look at that figure, it's alarming. It's a lot, because you're going to say, there's so much people in this world suffering, and you have to wonder, how much of them suffering alone? How much of them? And the next thing that I realize that is happening here is that you have relative, they know that Tom need help. Then I get Tom not help, and then sit down at the house with Tom. Tom did it. Tom had gone. Tom decides, say, you know what, you can't talk to him. Tom decides, say, him go grab this and him go do this and that to you. Then you hear it on the news. And maybe when you ask someone, why didn't you refer Tom to such? Why didn't you call such and such so they can comfort Tom? No, people are going to mistreat him. People are going this, people are going that. They don't realize that once these individuals, once they continue, the problem continue, no medication, they're not getting for it. Guess what going to happen? They're going to continue to be sick. They're going to continue to you or themselves, because they're not getting the help that they need. When you look at schools, and if you have a child and the child is going, especially when it's a public school, they go into the school and they start to act out. You hear them and tell you, oh, that boy there, in this, in that, in this, and me no want nothing to do with him. Him need, they don't try to see that, okay, then maybe this child just need counseling. Maybe this child is going through something at home and they just need someone to help them. They don't look at it like that. What they look at is say that the person bad, the person a misbehave, the person a this. They don't try to find, the root for the problem. I hear where the Prime Minister said he's going to start a new Ministry of Peace and Human, anyway, something like that. And when I was like, okay, then, because this new ministry, I think it's supposed to help to tackle crime. And what he wants to do is that he wants to put all of the government organization departments that deal with provide support for certain activities here in Jamaica. You want to put them under one head, because right now you have Ministry of Education, Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Justice, Ministry of National Security. They all have specific units, that target crime fighting. But yet still, when you look at it, if you're supposed to go to one and you need help, are they supposed to refer you? Perfect example, when they have Zozo, they go to the community. This is a Ministry of National Security initiative now. It fall under JCF. They go to the community, they set up their Zozo tent operation site. When they have the Zozo now, and there you have Ministry of Education, they normally come in and they normally provide training to individuals who need it, So sometimes you will hear that, oh, they're offering free art program over there. Then you have the Ministry of Justice. They will set up their section now, where they offer free legal aid advice to these people, free child diversion, restorative justice service to these people. You will hear where they set up the section where people can go and ask for expungement of this, their records, and so forth. So what you have, and you have Ministry of Labor that normally go in and they set up their part section there. So if you want to access the part benefits, you go to that tent and you access it, or you go to that table. So what he wants to do is that all of these entities, ministries that are providing the service, you want to put them under one umbrella. So it will just be one big ministry. That's what he wants to do. When you look at it, you might say, okay, this is not a good idea because you're already, but to me, for someone who is living here in Jamaica, I believe that that is an excellent idea. And let me tell you why me say that. Because sometimes you will encounter people, you're there now, you're supposed to provide them with training, you're supposed to provide them with counseling. You realize that they don't have no education background, they not even finish high school. You want to reach out to art now, so art can, you have to take up the phone, you have to call art. Sometimes you have to go through one bag of rigmarole. You realize that they have a child not going to school. You want to get the child into school. You have to take up phone, I call Ministry of Labor. Oh, more and get somebody on the part program. What can I do to get okay, can you give me the telephone number for such and such at this location? Because I want to send someone to be on the program. That's what happened. While if you have everybody under the same roof now, you do everything there. You provide the counseling that you need to provide. They can complete the training application that they need to complete. The part program application, they can complete it there. If they need to get the expungement, they can apply for it there, everything. So when I listened to it, I was like, okay, this is a good idea. It is a good idea, but the problem is, will it work here in Jamaica? And that is where we're going to have the difficulty, because you see, here in Jamaica, change is something that not everyone is willing to accept. Some people, they are stuck in the old ways. They know that this used to happen from so back when. Them can't bother if go change it. They don't want to come out of their comfort zone. They don't want to try anything new. They want to stick to the old. And you have to understand, yes, that is just human reacting to change. So maybe they won't accept it because, them stuck in them always. They don't want to accept the change. But I think it would be a good idea. The only problem now is the public education that they're going to have to do around it, because with everything, I don't know if you realize, when the government of Jamaica trying to implement anything, it's like you hear about it today, bam, it happened. It's like them just a try force it down your throat. They must say, oh, guess what? Me in a power. Me say this affego so, then shove it down your throat. Then they tell you how it will benefit you, They don't tell you why they're doing it in the first place, and all of that. So I believe that once they have the proper public education surrounding this new ministry that he wants to come in with, then and only then it will be accepted. But you see, until then, just like with everything else, maybe it won't. It won't. So when you look at it, mental health, unless they do the same thing with it, public education, because Ministry of Health, they have all these wonderful services that nobody no know. I remember the other day I was speaking to a baby mother, and I say, so you can get free contraceptive at the health center. No, miss, me never know. I saw it go for child. I said, yes, you can go to the health center, you can go upon the injection, you can take the pill, then can get free. And so me never know, miss. Me say, so you don't go to the health center with your when you're sick or anything? Yeah, me go, but me just go for see doctor. Me never go for that. I was just amazed because simple things like those people don't know, and you can't look at them, and say them ignorant. No, you can't, because you see, knowledge is power. You see, if them don't know, you can't accuse them, you can't look at them anyway. The only thing you have to do now is educate them, make them be in the know. You see, when they're in the know, and if they choose not to access the service, then only then you can look at them and start curse and say anything you want to about them. But in the schools, same thing. Nothing now go on. You have the guidance counselors. Sometimes you have to wonder what them there in the school for, because they are afraid of the students. Them no want to do this. If you tell them if you go talk to this person, they don't want to, because they are living in fear. And in the school, the same thing, what I was saying earlier is that if they see the student and the student is behaving a certain way, them start to say all sort of things. Why you think so much of our young boys cling to gangs? They are looking acceptance. That is the thing, You see, when you have a young boy, good night, Finn the Destroyer 01, Robolock, Valerie, good night. Right, sorry. Let me just look well. Yes, them quick figure join this and figure join that clique, because them are look for acceptance. They grow up in homes where they believe that their mom don't love them, their father don't love them, nothing. So you see, when time them go to a street and them do anything bad, and the Don look upon them and say, come boy, give me a high five. Good boy. Me have to go take you under my wings, because you have potential. Me have to go groom you. You see, when them see that, when they hear that acceptance, when they get those praises, is the best thing to them. So you realize, say, then quick for run to Dan Man, the Danishas, they quick for run to them, then quick for go join these, because guess what? The acceptance is there. When you look on them sometime, you hear say them go there so and then go do that. And hey, guess what? They don't decide say, me go buy you a box of KFC chicken. You have to get a big deal because you are a big deal. You do that. So you are a big deal. These are the same boys, that you have in the home. When they do something good, the mother don't see it, the father don't see it. They don't give them the praise that they need. Before, maybe you realize when they do something wrong, the mother ready for go jump down their throat. The father ready for go boof buff them. When they go there now and then do something, they done, I buy them KFC, I give them a nice smartphone, I buy them clocks. Oh my. People, we are going through a clocks thing here in Jamaica. I mean, I think nobody realize how serious this brand is and what is going on with our young people. You see, if you're a young boy, and especially when you come from certain community, you see, if you don't own a clocks, nothing now go on for you. If you don't wear one, nothing now go on for you. And guess who buy them the clocks? Okay. When they go out there, you know, hear my dogs them in the background? Jesus, please. That happen when time you have too much dogs and you try to get security. You can't afford the king alarm and all of them people, so you get some big dogs, or if you go side of them, sometimes they want to eat you, and that happen. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Them ready, hug them up, acceptance, praise, everything. Then buy them one brand new clocks, Wallaby, and this and thing. From when they want to wear it, and Mr. D decided, say, him go give their clocks, them feel good within themselves. And that is what is happening right now. When the young boys, they're looking for acceptance, they're going through their struggles at home, and lo and behold, they get the acceptance from these so-called gatekeepers, them people here who are run things in the community, them get it from them. So they feel within themselves, say, I am a part of a group now. Them now focus, say, it's not. Because I the neighbor dog come across. Feel sad any about dog, but I'm gonna get eat tonight if I saw. Anyway, I just hope they not bite him. Oh Lord. Okay, sorry about that. Right. So at that one, them want the acceptance, them get it from them, and then feel say, guess what? I'm top of the world. I belong to a group. The belonging that they were searching for, them get it now. So things are going for them. Them feel good. Give me a minute, please. Max, what going on there? Coco? Oh Lord. Because the dog did like the dog then can't answer me. I'm not gonna know. Yes. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Right. So they feel good now because they're a part of a group. They might feel the love, not knowing, say, it's just for a while, because when them get in fully, the bad treatment start. If then go out and them not do it, the buff buffer go come. If then go out at the road one day, if you go wipe windshield and the money not come in, where you think I got happen, the buff buff. When them go out and then come in short, the money I go get take away and then not left with nothing, not knowing that. So you see, if all of these things, if the guidance counselor in the school, when they realize that they're falling behind, they start to misbehave, if them explain to them, just have a discussion, get down to their level. You just sit down and start chat with them. Yo, me realize, so yeah, do this, I walk go on, walk past that. You have to find out. You can't go to them, and speak in your language. You have to get to start be a part of the street. Sometimes when you talk to them, when we tell you, say, mums or mama, or that then call you, then don't call them mums. Mama, say, me just do it for the cabbage. And that they will tell you, the cabbage is the food. That's how they refer to it. Food money. Because they want the money for buy food, so they refer to it as cabbage. And then we tell you, say, that's why they do it. They do it because they want the money. And when you ask them, why you let it come to this? Boy, mums, say when me I grow, my mother never did that, All my mother do I run up and down with manner. My mother got party, my mother got dance, or my mother run me left me gone, mums. So me have to depend on my own, me have to learn for surviving at the street. Straight up, I saw them I gotta tell you, and when you hear them say them have to learn for survive in the street, and nothing good. Their survival way, when you listen to how them survive in the street, sometimes it shock you out of your whiz. And I'm talking about boys who are 14 and 16. When you listen to some of them, sometimes they tell you that they hear voices in the head. And when you ask them, so when you started hearing these voices, then we tell you that, oh, say, miss, from my mother pass, me hear it, or from such and such, me start hear the voices. Who did you tell? Say me tell my granny, and my granny tell me, say, me figure do this, or me figure drink this, or anything. I literally hear one person say the person tell them, say, such and such, send blow for them. And when you listen to those things, you have to wonder. And when them tell you, say you hear voices, and then hear voices and then start talk and everything. So nobody know, oh yes, but then say it's all right, coming out answer myself. And you say, okay then. Because them tell you, say, you hear them say, you can't talk to yourself, nothing wrong. once you not answer back yourself, because when you answer back yourself at that time something wrong, at that them tell you. So until we learn to deal with all of those situations where we have our young people saying those things to us, letting us know that they're doing stuff because they don't feel the love, they don't have anyone to talk to. You see, mentorship, that is something that I think that they need to implement, because you see, when they do it in some churches, you see, when you have a young people and they have an adult who they can look up to, who they can go to and talk to without that person, the person discriminate and look on them anyway, it can change them right around. But people them not understand them something there. Then look at you and them say, me not have no time to go to them, deal with them something. They them pity they in the inner city, them terrible, them this, them that. Those are the words that come out of their mouth. And sometimes you are amazed when you sit and you listen to people who went to school, did counseling, saying these things. You have to wonder, because you have to sit and you have to say to yourself, okay, so why did you in the first place go to school to do this? If you don't want to get to the root of the problem, you just want to just brush the top, just brush, just brush, just brush. Because you see, when you do that, the problem just going to continue, it just going to continue, just a continue. It not fix. It not fix one bit. And until we learn how to fix the problem, Jamaica, it will continue the same way. Today, it will be 19-year-old Tamika. Tomorrow, maybe it will be a 14-year-old, this or something. That's the way it will continue. I remember some time ago, I saw this article, and it was of a young child, and the person basically took the L. And when you read, you hear so the person did it because their boyfriend at the time left them. When you wonder, yeah, I said, Jesus and peace. One teenager go through them problem here, believe say, because the little boyfriend we have left you, you go to that? You have to wonder. You see, one of the perfect thing now is what happened to the 14-year-old in Clarendon, where the group of females basically did that terrible thing to her. You see, when we look upon it, when we hear, I don't even know if it is true, but they have it to say it was a love triangle. I used to, when I see it, I was like, what? Love triangle, I'm gonna do that to people pick me? Then you hear that the mother was on this program and she was saying that she wasn't involved in any love triangle. So then you have to wonder, okay, so what really happened? You see, when me look on that, you see every single one of them adult there, they must suffer from some mental illness. That's how I look at it. Because there is no way a big 53, 40 odd, 30 odd, 20 odd, a year-old female are going to look at a 14-year-old and group up, and do something like that to her. There is no... So the more me look on them something, I may have to say, whoa, what is happening in our country? What is really happening? But until we learn to tackle the problem from the root, it will continue. That's the reason why I said before, this new initiative, when we hear the Prime Minister, I just hope him understand and can come with it, so I expect people are going to accept it. It's not going to happen. Him have to go do some serious public education. Him have to do that. Him have to start send out the PR people them from now, to let them know why he wants to create this ministry. How is it going to benefit us here in Jamaica? Why it needed in the first place, because you see, if them not do that, you see what I realize also here in Jamaica, let people know how will you benefit. Because you see, sometimes if you no realize that there is a benefit that you can gain from doing such and such, you're not going to want to do it. A perfect example, you will talk to people who operate business like taxi drivers, dressmaker, shop owner, and so forth. You'll talk to them and you'll say to them, you need to license your business. Miss, me not pay no tax, me not go pay no tax. The government not get no money for me. And you wonder why them do that. You see, when you mention to them, say, you know what, own a home, you know what, be able to contribute to NHT, you know what, be able to get your license so you can go to embassy, go look for your visa. Hey, you see, when them hear that, you're frightened to hear them start. Some is, how can I apply? How can I register my business? You have to let them know why they need it, how them are going to benefit. Because if them not see how them are going to benefit, them not going to do it. Some of them, you have to break it down. Exactly, Princess. The people need to understand the importance of taxes. They don't understand. You have to break it down to them. Because when you explain to them that you paying your NIS tax, you will be able to get your old age pension, your funeral grant, your loved ones will be able to get that. If you have any injury, you will be able to get some benefits from the government. Them no know them something there. They don't. Well, heap of people, they don't understand that here in Jamaica, if you suffer from any disability and you don't get that document to say, yes, you have this disability, take it. What do you call it again? It's a paper that they normally give for at the council. Oh, Lord. Just to say that whether you're visually impaired or something, you get it, you take it to the tax office and they give you the exemption where you're not paying no income tax, You see, if you not explain that to them, they're not going. If you don't explain to them that, okay, by you having this paper, you take it to the tax office, you don't pay income tax for the rest of your life. That is 25% of your salary, if they're working. Hey, when you say that to them, whole heap of them know already. The same thing with NHT. You have this shop person, operate a shop for years. It no register. They not pay nothing different from them GCT where them pay when them buy goods. You see, when you finally tell them that you don't want to move out of a rent house, do you know that if you license and register your business, you will be able to pay your NHT and everything? You can go into NHT and you can get your benefit. You see, once it start tell them, put the house in front of them, you see how fast them go, how fast them run. When you tell them, say, oh, guess what? You can register your business, you can get that registration, and you can apply for your visa, and you can go at embassy and you can get a visa because you're a business owner. You realize that at them things there people want. If they not get it, them no. If they not get to know how it will benefit, they don't want to apply for it. And it is the same thing with mental health. If they don't understand how it is going to benefit them or it's going to benefit their loved ones, they're not going to reach out to the health authorities. They're not going to take up the phone and call the mental health prevention helpline that the Ministry of Health operate. They're not going to call because you see a lot of times, they will look at you and they will tell you the medication is expensive. Getting the counseling is expensive. That's what they will tell you. So because of that, them say, you know what? Me nah go do it. You see, when them hear, say them can get it free of cost, at that at the time. And the good thing is that once they go to the right person, that person can set up an appointment for them, at a major health clinic or a hospital. So they can go there and they can sit and they can speak with the counselor, the doctor, get the medication. When they go to the public health facility, they collect the prescription. Where you think they're going to do? Just move over to the National Health Fund, NHF section, and you get your medication just like that. And you leave the facility. People not even know about that if you go to one of the public health facility and they give you a prescription, they don't know that you can get those medication free of cost. They don't know. So sometimes people look at Jamaica and they say that Jamaica is this, Jamaica is that. Yes, the benefits, we need more, but we still have some that we offer to the general public that people don't know nothing about. The only way you will know about these benefits if you're someone that work within certain area, if you're someone that listen to the news, if you're someone that listen to the radio, read the newspaper. The sad thing is that a lot of our young people, a lot of our adults, they're no longer reading the newspaper, they're no longer watching the traditional media. They're on social media. They might look upon this, they might look upon that. So they're not tapping into, the resources that are there for them. Them not read. So you realize that they're stuck in the position. I remember some time ago, I was having this discussion with a high school dropout. She left high school at the age of 16 because she got pregnant. And when I asked her, what do you want to do? She said she enjoyed cooking because when she was going to school, she used to do food and nutrition and she was very good at it. But unfortunately, she got pregnant and she never get a chance. And I said, so would you want to go back to do it? She said, yes, but she don't know how and she don't have the money. When I explained to her that Archos is free and everything, she was surprised. I said the only thing at the time doing the application and all of that, I think you had to pay like just 500. It wasn't a lot. She never knew. She was saying that, oh, she never knows that she could have, what that young lady do? She went. She went to art. She did, I think it was a commercial food preparation, and she did it level 2, level 3. And right now, she's working at a KFC restaurant as a supervisor. As a supervisor. And when you listen to her, she will tell you that she never knew. So she could have go back to school and not pay nothing much because all along they have it that going to school here in Jamaica is expensive. Going to school, you have to have a bag of money for you to get a certificate or a diploma, not knowing that art is there and it is free, 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 free. No, no. So when you hear, even she can say how she feel proud of herself because she did give up. She never expect that she would have been a team supervisor now, working in one of the top restaurant here in Jamaica. When you look at, hi Elaine, what you are talking about should be taught in school or mentioned on TV. Yeah, it should, but you see, they don't do it. That's what I'm saying. So that's the reason why I'm talking about it, right? So she in a nice position, everything are going good, are going good. So you see, knowledge, it's power. It is power. And once we have the information, makes sense, you have the information and you hug it up, makes sense. It don't serve you no good, especially when you know that you can't benefit from it. It don't make no sense, none at all. So that's the reason why when you are provided with these information, you have to share it because people out there, they might crave the information. They want to hear it. Some people right now, they must sit down in a one corner and they might think say 2024, oh, me can go back to school, or a 2024, oh, me can get a good job. All of them something there. Them might think about. Them not know. Right now, you have one grandmother sit down in a one corner, think say she have her pressure medication for go buy her and her sugar medication and she not have no money. She don't know say all she have to do I go on one NHF pharmacy. A National Health Fund, for those who don't know, that's all she have to do. Just go to the pharmacy and she get her medication. And you know what the good thing? But them pharmacy, me I tell you how it bossy. All you have to do, you just take a picture of the prescription, you upload it, let them know which pharmacy you want to pick it up, and guess what? You go to that, they will tell you the pickup time, and you just go to that pharmacy and you collect your medication just like that. At Jamaica, me talk, offer it. You don't even have to go inside, sit and wait long. You just upload it. I think The site name Quick Prick, something like so. Quick Prick, something like so. It name. So once you download that app, you upload your prescription. I, Miss Matthews, and then you go and you collect it. People don't know about them things here. When people hear about them, me can't bother with the long line. Everybody have a smartphone now. Every single soul have a smartphone. So because you have the smartphone, you have to use it. You have to use it for better your life. It don't make no sense. You have it and you just use it to scroll through social media. You just use it to read their pastor. All of them something there. Hi Sandra, good night, good night. It don't make no sense. So we need to educate people about these things. You see, once you know about it, educate someone about it. Let them know about it and so forth. You see, what I realize is that since the Prime Minister, since they started to publish when they're giving out the free houses, I realize so well if people know I apply, everybody want a free house. Everybody want a free house. So you realize say every minute you're here, oh, they have this amount of application, this. And I say, okay then. So tell me something now. Just as when you hand out one house, why you not do the same thing with everything else? Why? Are them something there me look pan. You know why? Because them realize more people want house. When they get out house, then get more vote and all of them things there. They not look pan the small things them. If you understand, say people just want to know these things so they can get them medication free. Them can get a education. They not look on them something there. Me sure know say if Tamika didn't know about the Ministry of Health and the fact that she can get the help that she need, or her mother knew about it and could say, okay, let me call the mental health prevention helpline so I can get the help for my daughter. Maybe she would still be here. Because if she did, that young lady would have get all the help that she need, the medication, the counseling, the follow-up, everything that she needs, she would receive. Should I get it? But they don't know. I remember the other day I was speaking about someone because they said their family member died and never left no will. And they say, how would that happen? Me say, so uno no know say uno no need nobody nowadays say do not will phone all uno can do I just go up online and download a will form and get two witness. All you have to do, is make sure say whosoever go witness it, you not give them nothing in the will. Me say, the person said no. You see when I said went on my phone because me use my phone anytime I talk to people, for sure them say, I know rubbish me I tell them a facts. So I went on my phone and I type it in and it pop up. And you see when me send the WhatsApp to the person said she could give her mother, everybody know she said I go complete one. Because people don't know them something there. They don't know. They don't know so them have admin here in Jamaica. They don't know. So you see, until the government educate people, make people know all the services that they can provide for them, they would be surprised. I remember, when was it? Was it New Year's Eve? I think it was New Year's Eve. I was speaking to someone on my phone, and the person was saying to me that they wanted to identify someone. And I was like, okay. When we were talking, the person mentioned something, and I said, really? Why it have to go through that? I said, you know that here in Jamaica, there is a child diversion program. The person was like, what is a child diversion program? I had to start to explain, and I went on my phone, download the brochure, and send to them because they never know that the government of Jamaica offer this program where for youngster basically who is going through the system who commit something. And instead of you send them to prison, you decide say, oh, guess what? Me going to provide you with all of this. The counseling, the follow-up, everything. The person never know. Never know. And then me say, so you never know. Said she said no. Oh, they have them good program here and them not educate the public about it. And I'm like, I don't know. Because I was thinking to myself, but the information is out there. But what I realize is that if you know work in certain sector where you have to have all of these information at your fingertip, nobody now gonna know about them. Because another one, restorative justice. The restorative justice program, you see what happened with that 14-year-old in Clarendon? You see, if they knew about that when the problem started and they decided that they were going to seek help, because every parish have one, every parish have one. If they decided that they were going to go and get the help that they need, they sit them down in that circle, hear the problem, what happened, so they all can come to find the solution how to fix it. All of them little problem there wouldn't happen. Where you see this a woman I know I go jail for 10 months, 18 months, 24, all of them little something there wouldn't happen. So what you realize now is that the government, they have all of these wonderful ideas, policies that they put in play and everything, and they lock them up. They not implement them, and when them do implement them, then don't have the public education around them, so people don't know about them. So you realize that the poor little court system a struggle. You see, sometimes people, there is one court, we refer to it as my playground. We refer to it as that because you see, when you go to a place there, you just make sure say you walk with a puzzle book, you have data on your phone, and you just know say you're going to spend the entire day. You're not left when you go to them place there. Criminal court or offer tree. Yeah, when you go there, say, pack it. Yeah, sometimes you have to wonder, where the Maggie were there. Because I'm most something the Maggie way. When you look on crowd, the next one that is crazy too is a family court. Oh my God. And when you go to family court sometime, and you see the baby mothers when they start crying, when you hear judge I say, when a man then come and say, Judge, me work on site and sometimes I don't have no work. Me have 4 people for mine and this and me rent a this and me that. And the judge say, all right, the child maintenance is $2,000 per fortnight or 3,000. And you see the people them start crying, You feel it, because you wonder, what am I gonna do with $3,000? What am I gonna do with 2,500? All of them look at something there. I remember I saw this young lady and the girl cry, she cry. I lie him tell you, George. I lie him and tell him do this and him do that. And he have money. And when the girl make you listen to something when the man say, you see girl and everything, You say, okay then. All right, save it. You have to tell them what to do. And then something that happen. When you're looking at it, you have to wonder why people let certain things reach to them stage there. Because when you look on all the court system, some of the cases them where you hear in a court, this a man have this a problem. You and your neighbor have this a problem. You go in a courthouse. This a man who you want 20,000. You can it does a clog up the system. A clog you up, and when time you wonder, then people are really have time for waste. Really, because there are other ways you can get it. You can go, you can seek the help from a justice of the peace, seek the help from a church person or somebody who can mediate, and you get the result that you need. But all the people them don't know about them, they don't. So you see, until the Jamaican government start to educate people about these things, we're going to have more Tamika coming out where you see that they're going to take things into their own hands because that's how they think they can fix the problem. They don't know that, guess what? You might not be getting the love that you need from such and such, but understand that other persons out there who can give it to you. You can just sit and you can just talk. When you sit down and you talk to some of the young man, them, and boy, mama, me wish me did have a mother like you. Boy, mama, me rate you, mama, me do anything for you, mama. And you bet me name food, mama. And you bet me there, yes, mama. You bet me no there behind bars, mama. And you wonder, no matter how you tell them, say, don't call you. My name is such and such, don't call me mama. Then still call your mama. Still call your mama. So you see, when you listen to them something there, you have to just say, wow. And I really and truly wish that me as a individual, I could do more to educate people out there. Because when you look at it, you realize that they need the information and they don't have it. They don't. Oh, when you talk to some baby mothers, they have the pick them in the house, lock up. They nah go to school. When you ask them, you try to get on the part program. Yes, miss, but then reject my application. When you ask, all right then, complete. When you look when then complete the application, you see the asterisk right there, so you're not supposed to leave that question, that space the blank. Then left it blank. When you look down here, so then if you put some information there, so then leave it. When you look, oh, people, may I tell you one of the sweetest things ever see on our application? Pardon me. When you look on our application and then put SEX and somebody put like 40, 100 plus, you have to wonder. Because it's when you see them something there, as much as it bad, you try your best not laugh, but you have to laugh when you see it. So when you see them something there and when you hear them say their application reject, then accept their application, you just have to take your pen and paper. If it take 130 minutes or an hour out of your time, you just have to know, say, you know what? Me have to go do this for the next hour. You have to go do this with it. I just saw it go and you just help them. I remember once I assisted someone with completing the application and she said 2 times she did apply for it and then turn her down. And when I completed it again and me give it, and the lady me get through me such a, and I'm like, okay, yes, that's good. And the person said, that's right good for have links, Me say, no. Me say, I didn't drop it off for you. You went and drop it off. I didn't call anybody for you. You went there. You stand up outside. You gave them your application and you get you. Links never do nothing for you, dearest. Why? Because I make sure that the application is complete properly. It's completed properly. Because you see, them offer these services. When you go, oh, you need to bring in this and you need to complete that. And the people then explain to the people them how to complete it. Oh Lord. Hi, Miss Shaw. You have the rent board. It is located on Dominica Drive in Kingston on the towers. I think they're on the 6th floor. Is it 6th or the 5th? Somewhere there. Or the 3rd. Anyway, they're on the towers on Dominica Drive. The rent board. Mostly tenants go there, but landlord can go there also. Now, what you're asking for is when the tenant won't pay the rent and you have to take them to court. The sad thing is that no, there isn't a other way. You can seek the help at the rent board, but remember, the rent board is mostly for tenant. That are what people normally go to rent board for. When them a tenant and the landlord I give them problem, them go there. But even so, they still provide some advice to landlords. So they will tell you what to do and so forth. But the court is always the best. When you go to the court and you don't get the help from the court, try to use a bailiff. That's what you need to do. Because you see, at times the court will give them, you need to get out by certain such and such. They believe that, okay, then when we go back to court, we can get her next time. You see, when you know, get a bailiff, them to say you're serious. So the bailiff will go there, even if the bailiff have no intention, for act. When the bailiff go there, then realize, say, oh, that person is serious. So you realize, say, is either the money start come forth or the person start move out. So that's the only thing I can say to you. I don't know much about tenant and landlord situation, but I know for sure that the rent board, they provide advice majority of the times to tenants, but they also can advise you as to what you can do, except from go to court. Majority of time, people in Jamaica at the court system then go for situation like that. The problem though is that, Misha, you went to court already? You can answer. You went to court or you want to take them to court? Because that is the next thing that you have to look at. If you went already or you want to. Because remember, when you take them to court, what will happen is that they will give them a specific time as to whether they move out of your house or for them to pay up the rent. But if anything, you can call the civil court at anyone, just ask for the civil section, and someone there can provide you with advice. It's best for you to, if you're in Kingston, you can try Sutton Street. Right, people. Oh, you have not gone to court as yet. Okay, then. Okay, then, Miss Shaw. Well, you can try to take them to court. Please do. Try to take them to court. And when you do, something can happen when you take them to court because they will say that you serve them notice. Let me find out that first because if you not serve them notice yet, you can't carry them a court yet. You serve them notice because you have to serve them the notice because you see sometime in a them situation here, you just have to just me look upon it because when you listen to some of them problem, they really and truly can't pay the rent. So if you not serve them notice yet, try serve them the notice and carry them to court for the outstanding rent. And what will happen is that the good thing is that some judges, they will give them a payment plan. So for example, if the person who you 200,000, they will give them, okay, pay 20 for 10 months or even less. So a payment, they will do that also. So you can decide what you're going to do. But bear in mind, you take them to court for the outstanding rent or you serve them the notice and you get them out. But I would say to you, serve them the notice first before you take them to court. So at least they can see that you're serious because you just have to carry them a court now. Why you going to carry them a court and you run them out of your house? Run them out. If them no want to go and them no want to give the money, then you carry them a court. See, that's what I'm talking about. Is that a baby mother or anybody like that, Miss Shaw? One whole year no rent, them lose a job and can't pay. Wow, lose a job. All right. Oh, not a baby mother. Okay. All right, Miss Shaw, I would say to you, the loser, I have a whole heap, I have a whole heap of question, Miss Shaw, because you see, right, that question there where you just asked me, whole heap of things I go through, but me no want to talk too much because I'm here. So what I would say to you is that there is a number, you can call it, and I will speak to you about it. And what I would say is, if they are good people who genuinely need a job, you can let me know. If they are good people who genuinely need a job, because some people then we tell us that they want a job, and when they get in a job, they don't want it. And the next question also is, where are they located? Or where, that is the next question that I would want, because you see, in terms of providing assistance to people, you have to look at their location, because Kingston, anything you want, you can get it into Kingston and St. Catherine. But for someone who live in like Westmoreland, oh Lord, Miss Shaw, give me a call, please. Bogwalk. All right. The person need a job. The person in Bogwalk. All right. I will, if the person is serious about a job, let me know. If you're serious about getting them out of your house, I would encourage you to go to the courthouse. You can go to the Spanish Town Court, but call me and I will let you know how it goes. Especially, but I would definitely want to know if the person have a genuine interest in getting a job, because well, if people they lose a job and they don't mind sitting at home not doing anything. They don't mind that because them money and food, so them don't want a job. But you see, if it is someone who need a job, you can just reach out, and I will try to see what, especially if it is someone with qualification, what I can do. But in terms of you, if you want to go to the court, you can just let me know and I will tell you how to take it from there in terms of getting them out. But Bagwalk is in St. Catherine. That is the good thing. So everything they have at their fingertip is just for them now to get it and to use it. So if they want a job, what kind of job they want? They don't want a job. Call center ever higher. You see the Chinese wholesale them, Jesus and peace. You can walk in a one Chinese wholesale and you get a job. The only sad thing is that they treat you like dirt. That is the only sad thing. The call centers, once you have CXCs, you can speak. Oh, it's on my page. It's on my page. Right. Once you have the CXCs, you're easy to get a job. You have your CXC, you have your ID, you have your NIS and TRN. You're easy to get a job. So if the person genuinely need a job over a year now, me I wonder why the person not getting a job. What are they doing wrong? Because sometimes, they might need a job, they don't know how to speak. When they go at the oh, that phone is not beside me now. I have to go downstairs for it. So all of them something there that cause them not to get a job. Sometimes you have people they're seeking jobs and they're picky with the type of job that they're seeking, not worrying about the fact that they can't pay the bill. They just know that, oh, guess what? I went to school, I studied this. If I'm not getting an accountant job, I don't want no other. I am an accountant. That's what I went to school and that's what I studied for. You have some people like that. Well, you have some, they understand that, hey, guess what? Food off in yam. Me have my degree, me can't get no work. Me have to sit down and take a call center work. Me have to sit down and go do this a job. You have some like that. So it all depends on the type of person. But as I said to you, any way you put it, I will be able to, if it's someone who you really want to help, you can let me know. And the person is in Bagwalk. So far, I'm thinking about 4 or 5 businesses that I know in that side. If it was someone, that's the reason I asked if it's a baby mother, it would be easier for them to get something. But anyway, let me leave that alone. You can call me. Right, people. So where was I again? Oh Lord, I get thrown off. So right, all of the services, we have them here in Jamaica is just for people to know how to get them. That is just how it goes here. You have hey, people, I have to say, I went to the Bank of Nova Scotia today and I saw something online. It was on IG, and what they were saying was that they were going to start to do some shop thing, and some people were saying, "Oh, the banking service is a terrible. Oh, this mystery shopper." That's what they were talking about. And then I said, "The bank tax office." Let me tell you, I went to the Bank of Nova Scotia today, and the service that I receive, I was amazed. The customer service was excellent. You see, when you talk about service delivery, Scotiabank, Spanish Town, they were on tea today. There is this lady that I went to, from she to Miss the teller, every single one of them. I want to help a guy that need a Jamaican wife named you. Oh, anyway, let me continue. It was excellent customer service. And I was in Scotiabank and I was like, wow, because it's been a while since I actually got into Scotiabank to conduct business because normally everything online. So when I had to go there today, I was thinking that, okay, I'm going to the bank, I'm going to spend the entire day. I went in about 9:15, I came out 10, was it 10:40 something? 10:40 something, I came out. And what I went to do, I had to go to two individual to get it done. Two, because you go to the personal and then you go to the teller. But the time, me never spend the entire day like back in the days when you go a bank and you see this long line. When I went in, me see chairs. People are sitting in a chair now, you're not turn up in a line when you're in a Scotia bank, And I was like, okay, then that's how long me not come a bank. Are them things you're going? So my office say, Scotia Bank, big up. Excellent customer service at the Spanish Town branch. Excellent. Big up to Miss Blackburn, to Miss Perry. I remember the next lady name. Excellent service they provide. And you see, when you see people like them here at Jamaica, we are provide the top quality customers, you have to big them up, because you see, if you go at certain places, you get the sour face, you get the kiss teeth, you get the cut eye, you get everything. So you see, when you go somewhere and you not get it, and you want like a broke pocket smarty, because normally, you expect them to offer those type of services to people with long, big bank account. So you see, when time you go and you get it and say, you not even have a certain amount in your bank account, you have to feel special, you feel good. Because you realize no longer is it where only certain people they cater for, where they provide excellent service to the rich and just look down on the poorer class or the middle class. Them not do that again. Everybody. Because I was like, wow. When me get you, me like, but this never take long. And me go, expect to spend the entire day because in my bag, me did have one bottle of water. Me take out one of my sun juice. Because me say me I go in there and I go sit down and I go read and go and sip my juice. And that me did a plan for do. But no need to based on the service, the customer service that they have there. So you see, same way like, you see the private sector of it. I would want for someone here tonight to go to the National Health Fund, and you're going to be amazed. If you don't have that NHF card, and you know that you suffer from any one of the major illness that they cover, just go online. I think it's 30 something of them now. Asthma, cancer, hypertension, epilepsy, what do you call it? Epilepsy, something like so. Mental, whole heap of them, sickle cell, whole heap of them then cover. And if you know you fall within any of those, you just go to your doctor, get them complete the application. You go to NHF, you apply for your card. You see the good thing? You don't have to apply and leave. You apply for your card, you sit down, and within less than 10 minutes, you're walking out with your National Health Fund card in your hand. The good thing about it is that you can use it at private pharmacies, not only public, but when you use it at the private facilities, the benefit is not as good as what you get from the public pharmacies, because when you go to public pharmacies, you don't pay anything at all. While when you go to pharmacies, the private pharmacies at times, you tend to pay money, whether it be at 200, 300 or so. And sometimes the medications that cover, the card cover, they don't have it. They don't have it in stock at the private pharmacies. So that is another drawback, because the card only covers certain type of medications, and certain pharmacies, and not every one of them you're going to go and you're going to get it. So you have to look at all of that. But anybody here, if you're living in Jamaica, you suffer from any one of those major illness that it cover, you can go online, type it in National Health Fund, and you just go and you just get the service. Just get it. Enjoy some of your tax dollars. As some me look on it now, enjoy some of your tax dollars. Because you see, sometimes people might look and people might say, but you don't need it. You can't afford to go buy medication. Hey, I will pay income tax. Hey, I will pay this tax. Once you can get it free, you get it. You get it. So guys, please, if you have a family member and that person, you realize that they're suffering from depression, anxiety, try get them the help that they need, especially depression. Because you see, depression, it's a silent key. That's how I refer to it. They will sit, they will tune out of this world and gone into their own little world, And you might think, say, oh, the person just antisocial. Oh, the person just this, the person just that. You don't know what is going through. You see the person, and the person just withdraw from everything and just go through the motion. And you think that they're going to bounce back. Maybe they don't. Maybe they won't. So pay attention to those things. You see, when you have a young daughter, niece, and they go through a breakup, pay close attention to them, because here we have a 19-year-old that went through relationship problem and look what happened, going through financial hardship and look what happened. No, Miss Shaw, it is not the same thing as the voters card, not the same thing as the ID, man. NHF card is the L card that the government offer to people once you're suffering from a major illness that it covers. You can get your medication free of cost. You know, pay nothing at all. And as I said before, once the prescription is from a public health facility, as I said before, you don't have to worry. You can just download the app on your phone and upload your prescription. They tell you the time when you go pick it up, and you just go wherever go pick it up. Just so it go. You see, the good thing about some of the health centers, like one close to where I live, the Kitson Town Health Center, people, that place not come like a health center sometime. When you go there, it come like a one little mini hospital you go. The service that they offer, you wonder, but wait, but then again, a Christopher Tufton place. So maybe that's why it and so everything they have up there, everything. While when you go to some health center, you hear, oh, we don't offer this here. Oh, we don't offer this here. So when you go Kitson Town Health Center, you will never hear that. Why? Christopher Tufton. Yes, free, yes, free medicine. You better believe it. Free medicine. So just go online, type it in, National Health Fund. Once you do that, you will see, you will get the information. The health centers, they are not as bad as how they used to be before, where back in the days you have to go from early and turn up in the long line. That's where people go wrong. May I tell you no? People go wrong with that. If you're going to one of the public health center, don't you dare go early in the morning. Because you see, when you go in the morning, you're going to encounter all of the crowd. Just bear in mind that some of them, the doctor leave at 2. So if you can go at 11:30, go. And you see, when you reach 11:30, you're going to realize that the place practically empty, just a few people there. And you don't have to wait long. But when you go early in the morning, you're going to see hundreds of people, and you have to sit down. They might give you a number. Sometimes when you go, you realize that you get 56. And remember, how much people in front of you. So if you're going to one of these public health clinic, just go closer in the afternoon before the doctor leave, because once you're there and they don't cut off, you're going to be able to see a doctor. That is the good thing. And once they give you the prescription, you just upload it online and you get your medicine free of cost. So guys, I'm going to leave you all here tonight. So please pay close attention to your loved ones. Make sure that you tell them how much you love them. When you have your young son, nephew, please don't treat them. Don't discriminate against them. If they do something bad, they say, that boy I move like sissy, that boy I move. No, don't say that. That is a big turn off. Encourage them. You see, when you realize that they're not doing good in school, nobody tell them, oh, them D and oh, them no, don't. Don't ever tell them that they DUNCE. Don't do that. What you're supposed to do is understand that some of our young men, them now gonna become teachers, They're not going to become accountant. They're not going to become lawyers and doctors. We still need the mechanics. We still need the mason. We still need the plumber. We still need the tiler. So that's what you have to focus on. So you see, when you realize that you're sending your child to school, your son, and them now gravitate towards the book, you realize that before then take up the book, then go and out a door, go and say, then go and fix this, or then go and plant that, or anything. Pay attention to that, because maybe, what you need to decide to do now is send that child to a vocation school. Maybe that's what you need to do. So please pay close attention to them. Don't leave them out there, because when you leave them and they're going through all the troubles that this life have to offer, you're going to have those big Mr. D and Mrs. D, the Danishas. You're going to have them come and they're going to pray on them. They're going to tell them what they want to hear, and they're going to take them down the wrong path where you don't want them to go. So pay close attention to your loved ones, whether they're suffering from mental health or if they're just going through some problems. Pay close attention to them. So, guys, thank you so much for joining tonight. Oh, Miss Burrell, good night. Oh, thank you very much, Miss Shaw. This is what I do for a living. I go around sometimes and I speak about these things. When I do it much again. Well, let me correct that statement. This is what I used to do for a living, but unfortunately, I no longer do it. They put me in an office now, and I just sit around a desk with papers majority of the day. Oh, Lord. Okay, then. Anyway, thank you so much for joining, and please have a wonderful night. And please take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, let them know how much you love and appreciate them. Please pray for Tamika family that God will give them the strength that they need. And please don't keep the information that you learn here tonight. Share it with someone. If you believe that everything I said wasn't true, you can just go on the website, click on them, click on the Ministry of Labor website, go on the Ministry of Justice website, go on the National Health Fund website, go on Rent Board, just click on the websites and get the information for yourself. Do your research and be in the know. That is the most important thing. So, guys, thank you so much, and please be safe.